Hey guys, just thought I'd record this to share, particularly with you, Mr. Brown, Albert. This is Rage. A few of you in here may have seen this in the 90s. So this would have been probably like, I don't know, 96, 97. It says copyright 95. It may have been around that early when I first ran into it. But basically just an old CCG based on werewolves, based on the role-playing games like Vampire the Masquerade, Werewolf the Apocalypse. And I cannot remember if I picked this up at Neutral Ground or if I got it locally at New City Comics when it used to be there at 181st. Maybe Albert remembers. Let me get a whiff of this. Yep, there's that old ink smell. These have their own smell because it's definitely a different kind of card. But this might have been the first CCG that had foils. Very thick, high quality cards with amazing arts. However, as you can hear, it's kind of sticky. That's really weird. And look, from way back then, I don't know if this was the first time Ultra Pro did a game. It's the first time I remember. Well, I don't know if it's Ultra Pro, but it's got these foils. And again, Magic didn't start doing that until decades later, huh? I'm trying to see if the box says who is the publisher. Upper Deck. Yes, Upper Deck. They used to make higher tier baseball cards back then. It's different kinds of cards. I guess this might be the tip off as to what's rare and what's the commons, but I'll figure that out later. And then back then, as you guys may recall, starters were random. I don't know in this game if they're completely random. Sometimes they at least had a certain assortment that was fixed. But like even in Magic, other than the lands, it was random. So it was not necessarily the case that it will be truly playable out of the box. This might be somewhat fixed because a lot of these look so familiar to me, but that may just be because I happen to have played with them. My old cards for this were gone. I never had more than a few packs. You know, maybe like a couple starters and a few packs worth. Don't know how much Albert got around to collecting. But we may give this a try on cam tonight. I always remember this goddamn art right here. So freaky and weird. I think it's part of a cycle, so there's a few others that look like that. Anyway, look at all this glorious werewolf shit. Ooh. I'm not sure if this was only for the game or if they repurposed art they had from the RPG. Maybe a mix of both. I remember this card. And that card. Anyway. Yeah. The first but not the last. I think there's a few other of these old CCGs that have piqued my interest, and hopefully I'll play this with Albert, but hopefully on some of the other ones I find someone else to buy a old starter and just play these janky games with old ass cards. Remember when the card games brought these little manuals? Now they don't even bother because they know you can just go online and get a PDF. They might give you a mat with some basic rules, but Magic had a really way thicker than this one in my first Ice Age starter. Anyway, hope you enjoyed.